Hello, let's take a quick look at what it takes to make your Python web app that may be running in Docker available through Border0. You can follow along here on our GitHub repo. It's in the examples directory, Border0/examples, and it's called Docker Python. There's a few files in here, so we'll use the CLI to take a quick look. First off, let's take a quick look at the README. That should tell us exactly what we need to do. So you can see we have a Docker file. So let's start with that. What's in this Docker file? Well, you can see it's just a simple Python container. We install Supervisor. We add a Supervisor config file. We install Border0, and then we'll start Supervisor D. So what is the Supervisor D config? Well, that just allows us to run two processes in parallel. One is the Python web application, in this case, a basic web app that runs on port 12345, and that will just serve up the root directory. And then the second command is the Border0 connector config, which has a config file, and that will make the service available through to the internet for authenticated users. So let's take a look at what that Border0 config file looks like. Just a little bit of name, all this is optional. And finally, this is what's important. You say, hey, I'm going to make a service called web of type HTTP, and it's going to serve up whatever runs on localhost 12345. So with that, let's take a look at what we need to do next. So now that we have all the files in place, what we need to do is create a access token or an admin token so that the connector can work. So you can do that by going to the portal and going to organization settings and then access tokens. We'll create a new token. It's best to create a token of type connector that has the lowest permissions. So I'll call it Docker, and maybe it'll expire in 30 days. It's just for a demo here. I'll copy the token and I'll copy paste that in here, and then I'll just make that available as this environment variable Border0 admin token. Okay, well, with that we can build the container that we've just prepared, and then next up we can run it just like this, and now I should have my newly made available server socket available. So let's take a quick look. Yeah, there it is. It's called web.border0 demo.io. So I'll click here. Let's see that looks like, and see I need to log in. So that's good, right? It's a protected application protected by the Border0 policies, and you can just see how this Python app is just serving up the static configuration. If I now go here, I should be able to see my login. It shows me exactly who logged in, Andre@border0.com, from where, at what time, etc. So with that, we saw how to make your Python app available running in Docker through Border0. Have fun!